Welcome back, guys, as part of my series. Welcome back, guys, as part of my series How to Create Enterprise Agentic UI. We want to create agents which are production safe. In previous video, Building Sentry Part 1, we learned importance of data ingestion. Why clean data is important for LLM in a structured schema way. Structural data in a contract is as good. If you give LLM a good data, it will give you a better output. If you give it junk, it will give it junk. That's what we learn in part 1, building sentry part 1. Now in building sentry part 2, we will actually learn specialization agents. Agents, developer agents for you guys, takeaway agents, it can be a marketing agents. So basically, instead of a big gigantic agent, we will create specialization agent. Let's deep it, guys. That's what you want it. So why specialization agents? So if you have a one big agent, let's call it code agent, similar to a code big LLMs, OpenAI or Cloud Gemini. It has one agent, you have all the tools, PowerPoint, database MCP server, Snowflake MCP server, Cloud MCP server, or any other MCP servers. Along with you have different skills of PowerPoint, Excel, and it has all the permissions. This is code agent, right? It has everything. So what will happen in this case? It has unbounded action space. It can do anything. It can go and delete your files, drop database, drop tables. It's impossible to audit. Which tool called what? Is it the Unix MCP agent call drop database or database agent call to drop database? Impossible to audit. And the blast radius is everything. It can go anywhere. It can drop the whole company database, whole company data, whole company server, serverless, whole company infrastructure. It violates the least privilege. That's why God agent anti-pattern is not good. This is the reason everybody is now saying you have to have specialization agent where each agent has bounded space, what it can do. Agent should be auditable. We know that, and that's independent. If my QA agent should know that why might this test pass or fail. My development agent will know why I write this code. QA agent can communicate to development agent, but its responsibility is to make sure give it the best possible QA test case based upon knowledge of development agent. You're getting it right. So this way, less hallucination because small agent, small scope, it can reason well. It can reason well, and it has least privilege. QA agent know my job is to test the test cases. Development agent know my job is to write code. Unix MCP agent knows my job is to admin Unix. Database agent know this is my workspace. So now you are getting it. So you are with me, guys. So now in our Sentry we have 4 agents. If you are a Oracle DBA, this is for you. Otherwise, skip it. Storage agent, which manage basically all the table space management, data file, auto extend. SQL tuning, you all know. You are waiting for it. Get execution plan, get SQL stats, check optimizer stat. RCA agent, check alert history, session details, get information about Unix MCP server, get information about Datadog MCP server. Proactive agent, basically trend detections. What's the growth trend? What's the IO load? Predictable table space full or not. So each agent only see the tool it needs. Growth agent needs the tool for the size. RCA agent need the tool for Datadog. SQL tuning need the tool for the OEM or other SQL tuning package. Storage agent only need Toad or whatever MCP agent you are using to manage or your alerts. If you are using Sentry, this is what we do, guys. So, so this is our agent interface. Why we call it agent interface? It's a USB plug and play. You can swap it with any LLM backend, Cloud, GPT, Gemini. Structured output, we discuss it. JSON output is very important. Rollback is required. This is what our input, event, add storage, add data file, tools allowed, what tools are allowed for storage agent, SQL tuning agent, environment, production, non-production, proposal, and is the output we know. It will get a SQL. What's the confidence of that SQL? We'll get it. This is important. Remember the reasoning behind it for the auditing purpose. Rollback. If the confidence is low and the reasoning is not correct that you are dropping a data file, is it good? Oh, I add it twice. Okay, makes sense. Rollback it. So our agent is 7-phase investigation lifecycle. Every agent first it validate, confirm what action it's doing. If it's add data file, drop table, SQL tuning, gather, collect facts via tools, SQL tuning agent, go to stats, all right, and our RCA agent go to Datadog or other observability tools, and then what's the hypothesis from the data it does. As a human, does first validate what tool it use. Based on tools, it gather data. It it then what's the root cause theories? What's the hypothesis based on this data? Then it evaluate, test against this data. If I am adding data file, does it make sense? Is the table space really low on space? If it is, then decide what's the best fix for this. I need to add data file because I get a alert, table space full 90%. I get that information from VDollar, DB data files, DB table space usage. I get my root cause because a user is running a ETL job. I evaluate it with the current data. Yes, the table space usage is really low. It's only 10% free. Then I decide what should I do based upon it. I should add a data file, propose a data file, then hand it to judge. See, this is what a productionized data flow looks like. Whatever agentic flow you are creating, create it like what a human thinks in a workflow step by step. If you create that way, your agent will never fail. So we have this Oracle specific investigation tool, get table space uses, for table space uses, it's all self-explanatory. Check wait events, check IO load, get session details, and you can add more tools if you want. If you are using Excel data, you can add more tools. It's up to you. And the reason behind these tools so that no raw SQL is generated. If so that it why it prevents injection and syntax error. If LLM generates some SQL for table space uses, it can have syntax error. It somebody can change the LLM prompt to say drop data file, delete data file, drop database. So that's why these specific investigation tools we need. And then when we have the tool, this is what happens. If LLM generated, it's generate this where table space user. That's select bytes from DB data files where table space name users. It can have syntax error where can be instead of select injection risk LLM because if your data is not good instead of table space name in user it can be any other table space. That's what injection risk mean. Instead of select it can be delete wrong column names. So that's why the problem with this LLM parametric tools. This is the reason we need these tools. You can call it via MCP server, you can call it directly. This tool guarantees it will always get table space users to get the free table space uses. So now you are getting it right. But again, you will think if I am doing this, how LLM helping me? It's plain SQL. Again, you are not wrong. You are right. But let me walk through it. With these parametric tools, you have bounded output. You want that? JSON output. Hmm. Truncation safety. Tool output token at cam. If LLM has, every LLM has a token limit. So it cannot generate that big SQL get out of context window. So truncation safety, audit trails. So you know what is bounded output in LLM. LLM should only get JSON output. It should not get text. So schema is fixed. One of the important interview question. Truncation safety, very important. If you have a model X, if its token limit is 124, if your LLM generates more than 124 bytes, what will happen? The rest of SQL will cut. Syntax error. These are very good important interview questions for LLMs. Now observability. So now the question comes. So now if I have these agents, I can see the chain thought process. What agent does with the observability. Again, I explained it before. Table space user data is the anticipants. You get a alert. Table space is full user data. That's what a agent get it. Thoughts it. Take action. Get my tool. Get table space uses. Observe. 3 data file. Largest 32 GB. Auto standoff. Oh, so thought again. Auto standard disable. Safety fix. Add a new data file. And then the action. Check data file status. Observation. File system has 120 GB free. Sufficient for new data file? Yes. Thought. Adding 10 GB data file is safe. Reversible minimum risk. Pause. So do you think a L1, L2 DB can think all those things? What he will do? He will go and just add data file of maybe 100, maybe of 100 GB. If a big data, what will he do? Few things. If it's L1, L2 DBA, it get a alerts. It can add a data file of maybe 30 GB, but your file system is only 20 GB free. It will not thought this, and your whole free space on units can get blow up. That's the reason this LLMs, this observability is needed. And this chain of thoughts come from LLM. And these tools helps LLM to take this action in a bounded output safe manner. Python cannot do that. Python cannot think all these things. So now we know that what is bounded context is always safer agent. It reduces action space. It makes sure that stateless execution agent don't carry state between invocation. Each run start fresh from event. Each if you have a new data file alert, it is for new data file. If it's a slow SQL, it is a for C SQL tuning. It's stateless. Reduce action space. Independent auditability. Each agent, each alert has itself independent auditability with chain of thought process. This is safer agentic UI. So agency within a sandbox, not unrestricted autonomy. That's what you want. A agent which is in a sandbox. It knows its workspace. Not it can do everything in your production DB. Give agent the minimum they need. Verify everything they produce. So next, very important topic. So what we learn in this chain of thoughts of agent. How we use it in a safer way? Give them least privilege uses. How we give them least privilege uses? Via parametric tools. How we get them parametric tools? Exposed to agents via special agents. What are special agents? Which are kind of USB, structure swappable. So now we are getting it. First we clean data, get good input data, then we have specialized agents, then we have chain of thoughts like a human. Next, what is judge? Don't forget to subscribe my channel to learn what is judge, how they score, what's confidence.